Imagine, like, just for a second, walking into a local cosmetic studio.
Mm-hmm.
You're just, right, analyzing the business from the outside.
Oh, setting the scene. I like it.
Yeah. So you look at the owner, and they are essentially trying to balance two completely contradictory jobs at the exact same time.
Right. Practitioner and front desk.
Exactly. On one hand, they're the practitioner. They are physically providing a service, trying to, create this relaxing, focused environment for the client who's sitting right there in front of them in the chair.
Which is what they're actually trained to do.
Right. But then, on the other hand, they are the front desk. They're literally the only line of defense for catching every single new lead that calls in.
Yeah. The tension there is just massive.
It is. So now picture a scenario where you could look at that same business owner and tell them, hey, you could cut your lead response time from 4 hours down to just 12 seconds.
Wow. 12 seconds.
12 seconds. While simultaneously, like, slashing thousands of euros off their annual operating costs.
I mean, honestly, it sounds like a utopian exaggeration.
Right.
Well, when you look at the raw data of how small service-based businesses currently operate, they are universally plagued by these misconnections.
Absolutely.
But that kind of massive operational shift, it's actually entirely possible today. It just requires a fundamental change in how we think about the front door of a business. Specifically, like who or what is answering the phone.
And that tension is really the core of our deep dive today.
Mm.
We're looking at this massive shift happening right now in local commerce.
Which is AI phone agents actively replacing human receptionists.
Exactly. And to really understand the mechanics of this, for you listening, we're pulling from a pretty deep stack of information on a platform called ClickPhone.
Right, we've got their technical specifications, their detailed use case analysis, which is specifically tailored for cosmetic studios, by the way.
Yeah, and crucially, we're going to tear apart their exact pricing and feature matrix.
Because the goal here is to get past the marketing hype, right? We want to look at the actual structural mechanics.
Do the hard math.
Exactly. We want to understand how a cosmetic studio practically deploys an AI agent and then compare the different pricing tiers to find out what actually makes financial sense based on real-world call volume.
Yeah, and really calculate that return on investment compared to hiring a physical human being.
So before we even touch the AI technology,
we really need to look at the disease it's trying to cure.
Right. If you look at a local business owner, they're pouring money into marketing, but they are facing this deeply physical constraint.
Because in a hands-on industry like cosmetics or massage therapy, the staff literally have their hands full.
Yeah. I mean, when that phone rings, they are forced into a terrible lose-lose decision.
It's a profound structural bottleneck.
It really is. Just think about the psychology of that moment. You either interrupt the paying client who is currently receiving a treatment,
which completely shatters that relaxing customer experience you're supposed to be providing.
Exactly. Or you ignore the phone and let it ring, knowing you are potentially, like, just ignoring a brand new paying customer.
And the source material puts a terrifying number on how often they actually choose to ignore the phone.
Oh, the missed call rate.
Yeah, 38%.
Yeah.
38% of calls to these small businesses are completely missed.
Almost 4 out of every 10 potential bookings. Just gone.
Just evaporate. And a huge portion of those missed calls happen outside of standard opening hours.
Right. When there isn't even a choice to pick up the phone because the shop is dark.
Exactly.
Which, creates a hard ceiling on business growth. A service business simply cannot scale if the operators are tethered to a physical landline.
No, of course not.
The current data shows that dealing with the phone, answering it, playing phone tag, managing inquiries, it wastes about 4 hours a day in total across a small team.
Wait, 4 hours a day?
Yeah. That is half a standard workday entirely consumed by voice traffic. It actively blocks staff from the revenue-generating work they are actually trained to do.
I'm picturing this whole scenario like a leaky bucket.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Like, you're a studio owner, and you are pouring hard-earned money into local SEO, into Instagram ads, into flyers, whatever you can do to get the phone to ring.
You're working so hard to fill the bucket.
Exactly. But because you're physically occupied doing a facial or a manicure, 38% of those leads just spill out through the holes onto the floor.
That is a perfect visualization of the problem. And the crazy thing is the inefficiency doesn't even stop when someone finally manages to answer the phone and plug one of those holes.
Right, because answering the phone is only step one.
Yep. The sources highlight that after a call is successfully completed, 62% of the follow-up work is entirely manual.
Because step two is, like, writing down notes on a physical sticky pad.
Right. Or manually typing that person's email and phone number into a customer relationship management system, a CRM.
Or setting a calendar reminder to call someone back if they didn't book right then. Just an administrative nightmare at the end of a long shift.
So the fundamental question the source is present is, how do you patch the holes in that bucket? And how do you eliminate that manual data entry without hiring a full-time receptionist?
Because bringing on a dedicated human for the front desk, that introduces a massive new layer of overhead costs.
Payroll taxes, scheduling headaches.
Yeah, which is the exact entry point for ClickPhone. Since human physical limitations are the root cause of the bottleneck, taking the human off the phone entirely is the proposed technical fix.
Right. So let's look at how their AI practically steps in to run the day-to-day operation.
Okay, yeah. What's the foundation here?
The foundational feature is persistent availability. The AI operates 24/7,
It doesn't sleep.
never sleeps, never takes a holiday, and it is always available to handle what the platform refers to as Terminvereinbarung.
Terminvereinbarung.
Oh.
Okay, the German term for the complete cycle of appointment management.
Exactly. We're talking about booking new slots, rescheduling existing ones, and handling cancellations.
And it does all of this in real time.
Yes, by interacting directly with the studio's digital calendar.
Okay, wait. Let's pause here and look at the actual caller experience. Because, if an owner just uploads a PDF of their price list and an FAQ document...
Does the system just read it back?
Yeah. I'm imagining calling a local salon and getting hit with this robotic, monotone voice reading a spreadsheet.
Like one of those old automated phone menus.
Exactly. If it sounds like that, customers are just going to hang up immediately.
Oh, for sure. And that is the most common hesitation, which is completely justified based on older technology.
Right.
But we aren't talking about a traditional interactive voice response system, those awful menus where you have to press 1 for hours or press 2 for prices.
The worst.
The technology has fundamentally shifted. The AI utilizes large language models to process natural language contextually.
Okay, explain the mechanism there. How does it answer a specific question without just reading the whole document?
Right. So instead of hunting for a specific pre-written sentence to play back, the AI absorbs the facts from the uploaded documents.
Like the pricing PDF, the website URL, opening hours.
Exactly. Then, when a caller asks a messy, unscripted human question, the AI actually understands the intent behind the words.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it retrieves the relevant facts and generates a brand new conversational sentence on the fly to answer that specific question.
So if someone calls and says, hey, I'm getting married next week and I need my nails done, but I don't know if a gel manicure is better than acrylic and how much are they?
The AI isn't just going to read the price list.
It's going to actively converse.
Yes. It explains the difference based on the uploaded knowledge base and then offers to find a calendar slot.
That's wild.
And to make it sound natural, the user configures the AI with over 20 different voices. You can match the tone and brand of the studio, adjust the pacing of the speech, and make it sound highly conversational.
And what about languages?
It natively understands and converses in over 30 languages. It simply recognizes what language the caller is speaking and switches over seamlessly in real time.
Which is massive for a diverse city or, any area with heavy tourism.
Absolutely.
But, okay, there is a technical claim in the sources that I really struggle to believe.
The setup time.
Yeah. They claim a time to live, basically the time it takes to set the whole system up and go live of under 5 minutes.
It sounds impossible.
How on earth is a small cosmetic studio owner without an IT department supposed to build a custom AI voice model in 5 minutes?
Right. Well, it sounds impossible until you look at how they've structured the onboarding. It's essentially reduced to 3 core operational steps.
Okay, walk me through them.
Step 1, you click to assign a new phone number and authenticate your calendar and CRM.
Just click and connect. Got it.
Step 2, you drag and drop your knowledge base files into the platform, those PDFs and website links, and you select your voice and language preferences.
Okay, so no coding.
0 coding. And step 3, you turn it on. The agent is immediately live, ready to book appointments and qualify leads.
So the complexity of training the language model is entirely abstracted away from the business owner.
Completely.
And what happens to all that manual follow-up work we talked about earlier? The 62%.
It vanishes. The platform automatically transcribes and summarizes the calls and pushes the log notes and contact details directly into CRMs like HubSpot, Pipedrive, or Salesforce via API.
So the receptionist work is finish the millisecond the caller hangs up the phone.
Exactly.
Okay, so all of this technical capability,
Hmm.
the natural language, the seamless booking, the instant CRM updates, it sounds like a massive upgrade.
It is a massive upgrade.
But whenever we look at local businesses, it always comes down to the math. We really need to decode the pricing models to see if this actually makes financial sense for a small studio.
Yeah, let's do the math, because comparing the pricing tiers based on actual monthly call volume and feature requirements is really the only way to evaluate this objectively.
Right, so ClickPhone offers a tiered system.
Starting with a fully flexible option.
Yeah, they have a pay-as-you-go model. It costs 50 cents per minute. There is no monthly subscription fee.
You just load up prepaid credit, much like an old prepaid mobile phone.
And you only pay for the exact minutes the AI is actively speaking with a customer. The sources suggest this is meant for testing the waters.
Which naturally leads us to the subscription tiers.
Right, so the entry-level starter tier is 49 euros and 99 cents a month.
And for that base price, you get 200 conversation minutes included.
Okay, and if your AI talks for more than 200 minutes,
The overage cost drops significantly. It goes down to 20 cents per additional minute.
got it. And on the technical side, the starter tier provides one user account, one dedicated phone number, and one calendar connection.
Correct.
Now, if I'm looking at this from the perspective of a small studio owner who is, naturally risk-averse,
Mm-hmm.
I despise monthly subscriptions.
Most small business owners do.
My initial thought is to just stay on the pay-as-you-go model forever, to avoid locking myself into another recurring charge. Like, why wouldn't someone just do that?
Because it's an automation trap. And if you do the math out loud, the cost intersection becomes glaringly obvious.
Okay, show me the trap.
Let's look at the pay-as-you-go rate of 50 cents a minute. If your AI agent spends just 100 minutes on the phone over an entire month,
Which translates to what, like less than 4 minutes of talk time a day?
yeah, maybe 1 or 2 short phone calls, that costs you 50 euros.
Oh, I see it.
Yes. For that exact same 50 euros, 49.99, to be precise, the starter tier gives you 200 minutes.
You get double the minute capacity for the exact same price, plus the lower overage rate.
Exactly. The moment your business crosses 4 minutes of phone time a day, you are actively losing money by trying to play it safe without a subscription.
Wow. Okay, so the starter option is mathematically the undisputed sweet spot for a small business.
It really is.
But the sources also detail a pro tier, which jumps all the way up to 149 euros and 99 cents a month.
Significant jump.
Yeah. It includes 600 minutes, the overage drops to 17 cents, and you get bumped up to 3 users, 3 phone numbers, and 3 calendar integrations.
Right.
It also mentions including your own SIP trunk. What even is SIP trunk, and why would a salon care?
Well, a SIP trunk is essentially an enterprise-grade digital phone line connection. It allows for much higher call volumes without quality degradation.
Okay.
And it's crucial if you are routing multiple simultaneous calls. But for a standard local salon, the technical telecom features aren't really the main reason to upgrade to the Pro tier.
Right, because a sole proprietor cosmetic studio realistically only needs the starter plan's single calendar connection to manage their one appointment book.
Exactly.
So what actually drives the upgrade?
It all comes down to the direction of the phone call.
The direction.
Yeah. On the surface, the starter plan handles inbound booking perfectly. When a customer calls you, the AI answers.
Makes sense.
But the source material details a highly specific use case for cosmetic studios running recall and reminder campaigns.
Okay, what is that exactly?
This is when the studio proactively reaches out to clients to remind them of upcoming appointments or to offer them an empty slot if there's been a cancellation.
Oh, that fundamentally changes the workflow.
Yeah.
The AI has to initiate the call.
Exactly. And if you analyze the feature matrix carefully, outbound campaigns are only available starting at the Pro tier.
The starter tier is strictly an inbound receiver.
You got it. So if you want the AI to play defense answering the phone and catching leads, the 50 euro starter plan is perfect.
But if you want it to play offense,
Calling your client list to actively fill empty slots and prevent expensive no-shows, you have to upgrade to the 150 euro Pro tier.
you really have to know your specific business strategy before you pick your tech stack.
100%.
All right, so let's take that strategy and calculate the bottom line. Whether a studio opts for the 50 euro starter plan or the 150 euro Pro plan, we need to compare that cost against the real-world return on investment of doing things the old-fashioned way with manual staff.
The manual baseline.
Exactly. What is the actual financial impact?
Well, the platform's aggregate data makes a massive claim. They state the system saves an average of 12,000 euros per year in personnel costs purely by automating standard inquiries and booking tasks.
Okay, let's break that 12,000 euros down.
Huh.
12,000 euros saved a year means a business owner was effectively paying a human being roughly 1,000 euros every single month just to recite opening hours, answer basic questions, and type names into a digital calendar.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. And the case studies provide some pretty tangible evidence of what happens when you shift that labor.
Like who?
There's a quote from a user, Dr. Sarah Vogel. She implemented the AI, and her practice saw 38% more appointments booked within just 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And that was entirely without human intervention on the phones.
That's incredible. We also have data from Marco Hartman, right? He's a chief revenue officer.
Yes. He states that his lead reaction time, the time it takes to actually engage a potential new customer, was slashed from 4 hours down to just 12 seconds.
I mean, think about the competitive advantage there.
It's massive.
If someone is searching for a local service and they call 3 places, the business that engages them in 12 seconds wins the booking every single time.
Every time.
So if we go back to the math, trading 1,000 euros a month in human labor for a 50 euro starter plan is a profound margin shift. It's like trading a standard bicycle for a high-performance sports car.
And the dealership is actually paying you 950 euros a month for the privilege of driving it.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
cost reduction is just staggering. But, it's more than just a cost reduction, isn't it?
It is. The true return on investment here is twofold.
Okay, lay it out.
The first fold is the defensive savings you just outlined. The direct reduction in overhead costs by eliminating the 1,000 euros of manual wage expense.
Right.
But the second, and arguably more impactful fold, is the offensive revenue generation.
Oh, this goes back to the leaky bucket and those missed calls.
Precisely. Remember that 38% of calls that were previously being ignored because the staff was busy or the shop was closed for the weekend or a holiday?
Yeah, the evaporated bookings.
By capturing those lost leads and instantly turning them into booked appointments in the calendar, the AI is generating new top-line revenue that was previously bleeding out.
So you aren't just saving money on the bottom line.
No, you are actively expanding your billable hours without the staff working a single extra minute.
Wow. Okay, so synthesizing everything we've looked at today, we're seeing a platform that fundamentally re-engineers the operating costs for a studio owner.
It really does.
It completely eliminates the physical bottleneck of answering the phone. It wipes out the manual CRM data entry that plagues the end of a workday.
It captures bookings 24/7, catching all that after-hours traffic.
And mathematically, it replaces roughly 1,000 euros of monthly manual staff time with a 50 euro starter tier that integrates natively into the existing daily workflow.
And most importantly, I'd say, from a quality of service perspective, it allows the human practitioner to stay completely focused on the client in the room.
Right, doing what they do best.
They can perform their craft with absolute certainty that every single new lead calling in is being handled instantly, politely, and flawlessly by the AI.
The leaky bucket is permanently sealed.
Sealed tight.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating philosophical thought, chew on, as we wrap up.
Oh.
For you listening, we're looking at an AI that can instantly book an appointment without ever double booking. It can perfectly recall the nuances of a multi-page price list, instantly converse in over 30 languages without missing a beat, and never, ever put a stressed-out client on hold.
Not once.
If that is what the technology can do right now,
Yeah.
what happens to our basic societal concept of customer service?
It forces a complete recalibration of our expectations as consumers.
Are we rapidly approaching a near future where a flawless, instant robot interaction becomes the standard baseline expectation for local commerce?
It certainly looks that way.
And if so, does speaking to a human being with all their inherent flaws, their daily stress, their bad moods, and their limited on-the-spot knowledge suddenly become seen as a frustrating, inefficient downgrade?
It's a jarring thought.
It is definitely something to think about the next time you call local business and hear a flustered human sigh on the other end of the line.